Back in the day, they were the brightest stars in the Hollywood sky. The whole world was once captivated by their smiles, cheering every time they appeared on the red carpet. They had it all: money, power, fame, and absolute admiration from millions of fans. But today, those lights have gone out. The red carpet has turned into the cold gray concrete of a prison cell, the roar of the audience replaced by the clang of iron bars slamming shut behind them, hands that once held up golden Oscar statues now trembling in handcuffs. From the heights of fame to the depths of sin, their downfall not only shocked the world, but also serves as a harsh warning about the dark side of power and celebrity. Today, we're diving into the 10 most famous Hollywood stars currently behind bars, where once shining glory clashes with hidden crimes and former idols become criminals in the eyes of the world. Get ready, because what you're about to hear will make you see Hollywood through different eyes. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications to join us in uncovering the dark side behind the glittering lights of fame. He once had audiences cracking up as the villainous Random Task in the classic film Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, 1997. Joseph's son was a beloved face for his humor and unique charm. With his cool yet comedic demeanor and signature acting style that left viewers in stitches, Son was hailed as the perfect parody of Odd Job, according to Entertainment Weekly. Beyond acting, he was a semi-pro MMA fighter who competed in a single UFC 4 bout in 1994, before pivoting to Hollywood. In the 1990s, Joseph's son appeared alongside stars like Dolph Lundgren in Joshua Tree, 1993, and starred in numerous action commercials, basking in the spotlight and the glow of a rising, supporting star. But it was all just a facade for a man shrouded in darkness. According to the Los Angeles Times and Orange County Register, the turning point came in 2008 when Joseph's son was arrested for a minor vandalism charge. As police collected his DNA sample for records, the CODIS, Combined DNA Index System, matched it perfectly to a rape, torture, and kidnapping case from Christmas Eve 1990, a cold case that had gone unsolved for over 18 years. The victim, then 19 years old, recounted in court documents that she was abducted on her way to church, blindfolded, bound, and brutally tortured for hours before being dumped nearly naked. According to the indictment cited by ABC News, Son and his accomplice fired fake guns, beat her, spat on her, and mocked her while filming the entire assault on camera. The judge described it as one of the most heinous sexual violence cases in California's history. In 2011, the Orange County Superior Court sentenced Joseph's son to 7 years to life for torture, per CNN. Lead prosecutor Heather Brown stated during the trial, "Joseph's son embodies evil. He didn't just torment her body, he shattered her soul for the rest of her life." Just when it seemed hell had paused, only a month after entering prison, Son struck again, brutally murdering his cellmate, inmate Michael Thomas Graham, by beating him for over 10 minutes, causing fatal brain trauma. According to The Guardian and NBC Los Angeles, this act led to an additional 27-year sentence in 2017, ending any chance of parole. Today, Joseph's son is serving life without parole at the Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in California. Described by the San Diego Union Tribune as one of the state's most stringent and violent prisons. Internal reports indicate Son lives in isolation in a high-security wing, with no contact allowed with other inmates due to his violence risk. From an actor who once made audiences laugh with his charming performance in Austin Powers, Joseph's son is now a name synonymous with atrocity and utter corruption. Rolling Stone wrote in a 2024 roundup, "Joseph's son is a testament to Hollywood's most terrifying dark side, where laughter can mask demons and fame is just a fragile veil over crime." Now in his 50s, Son lives in the shadows of prison for the rest of his days. No more audiences, no more spotlight, just the cold silence of sin. A dark tale where Hollywood's light flickers out and the laughter of yesteryear echoes only off frigid walls. Beloved by audiences for his portrayal of the upright cop Julian Lowe in the hit crime series The Shield, Michael Jace was a familiar face in 1990s and 2000s Hollywood. He appeared in Forrest Gump and Boogie Nights, praised as a reliable supporting actor who embodied justice, strength, and humanity. On screen, he was the symbol of righteousness, the hero facing down evil. But off-screen, he harbored the deepest shadows. On a fateful night in 2014, in a blind rage of jealousy and alcohol, Michael Jace shot his wife, April, right in front of their two young sons. He chillingly declared, "If you like to run, then run to heaven." 2 years later, Jace was sentenced to 40 years to life for second-degree murder. And when the appeals court rejected his appeal in 2025, all doors to freedom slammed shut. Now at 63, he's serving time at the California State Prison in Corcoran, a facility housing America's most dangerous inmates, living a life of solitude and obscurity. An actor once adored for his heroic integrity, Michael Jace has become a symbol of tragedy and sin. His story is a chilling reminder that sometimes the real villain isn't the character on screen, it's the man behind the camera lights. Once a promising face of Canada's young actors, Ryan Grantham entered Hollywood with a bright smile and a glowing future. He appeared in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, had a role in Riverdale, and quickly became a hot prospect hunted by directors. At 21, Grantham had it all: fame, talent, and a career path that seemed unstoppable. Yet behind that wholesome boy-next-door image lurked a fractured mind slipping into darkness. In 2020, the world was stunned when Ryan Grantham gunned down his own mother in their modest home in British Columbia. He then drove off with weapons, intent on assassinating Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Fortunately, he surrendered before the horror escalated further. 2 years later, Grantham was sentenced to life for second-degree murder, with parole eligibility after 14 years. From a young star, adored by millions, he now lives quietly in a Canadian prison, diagnosed with severe depression, drowned in isolation and regret. Ryan Grantham's story is proof of the fragility of the human psyche amid fame's glare. He was once the pride of the screen, but now he's a symbol of a young soul devoured by shadows, where Hollywood dreams twist into endless nightmares. Danny Masterson once drove American TV audiences wild as Stephen Hyde in that 70s show. The rebellious, witty, and seductive guy who had millions laughing for nearly a decade. He became an icon of free-spirited youth, delivering laughs and liberation on the small screen. After massive success, Masterson continued in the ranch with Ashton Kutcher, enjoying fame, fortune, and Hollywood adoration. His life was a whirlwind of parties, spotlights, and endless applause. But when the lights dimmed, the horrific truth emerged. In 2017, 3 women accused Masterson of raping them at his home in the early 2000s. The first trial stalled in 2022, but a year later, a harsh verdict came: 30 years to life for 2 counts of forcible rape. The case ignited outrage due to Masterson's ties to the Church of Scientology, accused of covering up and intimidating victims to protect their star's image. Now Masterson is serving time at California's men's colony in San Luis Obispo, far from the glamour and glory. From a TV face loved by millions, he's become a symbol of downfall, erased from Hollywood history and confined to cold walls. The laughter of old has vanished, replaced by the heavy echo of sin and remorse in the dark. Mel Hall was once an icon of power and glory in American baseball. Donning the jerseys of the Chicago Cubs and New York Yankees, he dominated the diamond for 13 seasons, hailed as a star rookie with a winning spirit. Fans adored his confident swagger, radiant smile, and explosive play style, embodying the American sports dream of the 1980s. But the field lights were merely a cover for a terrifying darkness. At the peak of his fame, Hall began sexually abusing underage girls, a pattern that spanned years, even after retirement as a coach. When the truth surfaced, his hero image crumbled completely. In 2009, the court handed down 45 years for child sexual abuse, with no parole before 2031. Hall is serving at the H.H. Caulfield Unit, one of Texas's toughest prisons, per People and ESPN. He's still locked up as of 2025 with no successful appeals, transformed into a monster, a testament to betrayed trust and the long shadow of sexual crimes, isolated in prison with no hope of early release. From an athlete cheered on stadium fields, he's become a symbol of fame's rot, imprisoned in solitude, day by day amid frigid walls. Sporting glory has morphed into a lifelong sentence in the shadows, where cheers fade to the lingering hum of unforgivable sin. R. Kelly was once a global music icon, the true king of R&B, behind timeless hits like I Believe I Can Fly, Ignition Remix, and Step in the Name of Love. Through the 1990s and 2000s, Kelly ruled the Billboard charts, snagged 3 Grammys, sold over 75 million records worldwide, and lived in luxury few could touch. The New York Times called him one of the most influential creators in American pop music. Yet behind the glow lay an empire of crimes shielded by celebrity. For decades, rumors of abusing and holding young women swirled, but were quashed by power and cash. In 1994, he secretly married singer Aaliyah at just 15, forging her age on the license. A scandal Vanity Fair dubbed the irreversible start of his darkness. By 2002, a leaked child abuse video rocked the nation, but Kelly dodged conviction in his 2008 trial. It all collapsed with Lifetime's 2019 docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, ripping open secrets he'd buried for decades. Per BBC and Rolling Stone, testimonies from dozens of women and witnesses led to 2 federal trials, one in New York, one in Chicago. In 2022, R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years for sex trafficking, child sexual abuse, and running a criminal enterprise for sexual acts. Currently, per ABC News and PBS, Kelly is at FCI Butner Federal Prison in North Carolina, a high medical supervision facility. In June 2025, he was rushed to the hospital for suspected drug shock from a prison official, prompting his lawyers to seek compassionate release for life-threatening danger. But the federal appeals court rejected it in June 2025, upholding the sentence. With no parole before 2047, R. Kelly, the man who sang of faith and freedom, now faces his remaining days in self-made shadows. The Guardian wrote, R. Kelly's fall isn't just a fallen star's tale. It's a chilling warning of corrupted power, where music veils a demonic soul. From stage legend to a cold inmate number, R. Kelly symbolizes fame's decay, proof that Hollywood's brilliance can paint over an abyss. Gary Glitter, real name Paul Gadd, was once a dazzling glam rock icon of the 1970s. With his glittering stage style, pompadour hair, and massive platform boots, he drove the world wild. His hit, Rock and Roll Part 2, blasted through American and European sports stadiums, becoming a defining anthem of the era. Per Rolling Stone, Glitter sold over 20 million records worldwide and was lauded as the soul of electronic stages, while BBC called him a shaper of post-Beatles British sound. But the stage lights masked a rotten life backstage. In 1997, UK police found thousands of child abuse images on his computer, leading to his first prison stint and instant career implosion. From there, The Guardian portrayed Glitter as a fugitive from his own sins, fleeing Britain to wander Asia, dodging scrutiny. The sins stretched on. In 2005 in Vietnam, Gary Glitter was arrested in Vung Tau and sentenced to 3 years for abusing 2 10- and 11-year-old girls. Reuters and The Independent captured his haggard, fearful face amid media swarms as he was led away. Deported to the UK in 2008, instead of repenting, he faced probes into 1970s, 1980s sexual assaults from his peak fame. In 2015, Southwark Crown Court gave him 16 years for 4 child abuse counts, including rape and sexual assault. Per Sky News, Judge Alistair McCreath called his acts repulsive, calculated, and utterly destructive to victims' lives. Though released on license in early 2023 after serving the initial portion, Glitter was rearrested weeks later for breaching parole by attempting dark web access to banned content. The Independent confirmed that in June 2025, the UK Parole Board officially denied early release, forcing at least 2 more years in a high-security facility. At 81, Gary Glitter is confined to a special UK reformatory under strict sex offender supervision. He has almost no family or friends left, and Daily Mail revealed even fellow inmates shun him in disgust. From a star whose name once echoed through stadiums, Gary Glitter now faces iron bar silence. The Guardian concluded, "No fall in British music history runs as deep or painful as Gary Glitter's. Fame can't cleanse sin, and stage lights won't illuminate a soul swallowed by darkness." Today, Rock and Roll Part 2 still plays at sports events, but instead of thrill, it evokes chills, like an echo of a past turned cold warning on fame's price in crime. Harvey Weinstein was once the embodiment of absolute power in Hollywood. As co-founder of Miramax Films and later the Weinstein Company, he was dubbed the king of box office art films, turning unknown directors into legends or small movies into global phenomena. Under his hand, masterpieces like Pulp Fiction, Good Will Hunting, Shakespeare in Love, The English Patient, and Chicago won dozens of Oscars and Golden Globes, raking in billions. Per The Guardian, actors, directors, and producers bowed to Weinstein because he could dictate their futures with a nod. Variety called him the kingmaker of Hollywood. His post-Oscar parties were elite hubs of fine wine, diamond rings, and million-dollar deals under lavish lights. But behind that velvet curtain lurked a suffocating world of power and fear. In 2017, the New York Times and the New Yorker dropped explosive investigations accusing Weinstein of harassing, assaulting, and raping dozens of women over 3 decades. Victims included stars like Ashley Judd, Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, and Rose McGowan. The New Yorker quoted journalist Ronan Farrow, "Weinstein didn't just abuse power, he weaponized Hollywood's system to shield himself." The scandal didn't just topple an empire, it ignited the global Me Too movement, a social revolution exposing decades of silence in entertainment, politics, and business. After testimonies and evidence, Weinstein was convicted in 2020 in New York on 2 counts, criminal sexual act and first-degree sexual abuse, getting 23 years. In 2022, he added 16 years in Los Angeles for raping an actress at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Per CNN and ABC News, judges called his actions a systematic abuse shielded by fame and money. The legal saga drags on. In April 2024, New York's Court of Appeals overturned the 23-year sentence for errors in allowing unrelated victim testimony. This sparked a 2025 retrial, and per NBCNewsandLaw.com, the new proceedings ended mixed. Weinstein guilty on some charges, but the jury deadlocked on main rape counts, forcing a 3rd trial by late 2025. Even if he flips part of the New York sentence, the 16-year California term stands, ensuring no freedom before 2040 in the best case. Los Angeles Times stated, "Even a New York win means Weinstein dies in prison. The California sentence is long enough to end his days." At 73, Harvey Weinstein is at infamous Rikers Island, one of America's harshest jails. The Hollywood Reporter reports constant hospital trips for diabetes, hypertension, and chronic back pain, even suspected mobility loss. His lawyers sought mercy for life-threatening health, but courts denied it. As Hollywood rebuilds post-Me Too, Weinstein's name lingers as an indelible stain, proof that fame can't redeem a soul devoured by darkness. Josh Duggar was once hailed as the ideal Christian son. Born into America's famous Duggar clan, he was the centerpiece of TLC's reality hit 19 Kids and Counting, portraying a perfect family of religious simplicity and moral values. For nearly a decade, Duggar symbolized faith, ethics, and wholesomeness, seen by millions as the model son in a classic Christian home. He married young, fathered 6 kids, and led as executive director of the Family Research Council Action, a powerhouse conservative group in U.S. politics. Per the Washington Post, Duggar was the face of family values and traditional morals. His life seemed flawless, wealth, fame, and reverence as a pillar of belief. But it all shattered in an instant. In 2015, in Touch Weekly, revealed police docs showing Duggar had molested multiple girls, including sisters. As a teen, the scandal axed 19 kids and counting at its peak. Duggar then faced exposure for cheating via the Ashley Madison hack, forcing a public apology for hypocrisy and sex addiction. That was just the prelude to true tragedy. Per NBC News in April 2021, the FBI arrested Duggar after finding hundreds of child sexual abuse images and videos on his computer. The New York Times quoted an FBI expert, "One of the worst collections they've seen in cybercrime probes." At his December 2021 Arkansas trial, the jury convicted Josh Duggar of receiving and possessing child abuse material. In May 2022, he got 12 years and 7 months federal time, plus 20 years supervised release, per CNN and Associated Press. The court banned contact with minors, even his own kids, without oversight. Per Yahoo News, Duggar is at FCI Seagoville, a Texas federal prison for sex offenders. BOP records as of October 2025 push his release to December 2032 for disciplinary violations like smuggling a phone. A parade-sourced insider said he was yanked from model inmate status, losing phone and visit privileges for months. Prison life flips his old glow upside down. Per Daily Mail, no family funds leave him with just hundreds in his account, and wife Anna rarely visits. Admirers of the moral guy now recall a fallen icon, shunned even by his faith community. At 37, Josh Duggar endures isolation, no power, no fame, no faith left, just prison silence and endless reckoning with his sins. Once the perfect Christian son, he's now a symbol of hypocrisy and corruption in reality TV's age, where faith's light warps under forbidden desire's shadow. Ian Watkins, frontman and lead singer of Lost Prophets, was once a massive rock icon in early 2000s Britain. Born in 1977 in Pontypridd, Wales, he co-founded the band in the late 1990s, a new metal alternative rock outfit that exploded globally. Hits like Last Train Home, Rooftops, A Liberation Broadcast, and Shinobi vs. Dragon Ninja rocked stages, amassing millions of fans, album sales, and Watkins' A-list status in UK music. Per BBC Music Archives, Lost Prophets were post-Oasis sheer muse rock pride, with Start Something 2004 selling over 2.5 million worldwide. Watkins, with his cocky vibe and brooding looks, became a sex symbol and teen idol, gracing Kerrang, NME, and Rolling Stone. He reveled in fame's glow, cash, lavish parties, fan worship, a seemingly unbreakable image. But beneath that seductive star shell lurked unimaginable horror. Per The Guardian, in 2012, Welsh police raided Watkins' Cardiff flat on a fan tip. The probe uncovered a global shocker: thousands of child sex abuse videos and images, including infants, plus proof Watkins and 2 mothers plotted to abuse their own babies. Prosecutors at Cardiff Crown Court called the case utterly depraved and beyond human limits, per BBC News. Judge John Royce said at sentencing, "You're manipulative, dangerous, and depraved." Watkins didn't just sate his urges, he lured mothers to weaponize their children for crime. In December 2013, Ian Watkins got 29 years plus 6 years supervision after pleading to conspiracy to rape a child, possessing and producing child abuse material, and more. He's at HMP Wakefield, the UK's toughest lockup, dubbed Monster Mansion, for housing notorieties like Ian Huntley and Peter Sutcliffe. Prison life for Watkins is violent chaos. The Independent and Daily Mirror report constant attacks, mostly solitary confinement for safety. In 2023, he was held hostage at HMP Wakefield for over 6 hours and stabbed multiple times, per BBC News. Rushed to hospital in critical condition, he survived, but sources say he's mentally shattered. As of October 2025, The Guardian and Sky News reported Ian Watkins was stabbed to death in prison at 48. Per the UK Ministry of Justice, 2 inmates were arrested and probed for murder. BBC quoted a prison official. Watkins' death closes one of Britain's darkest child sex crime chapters. His killing sparked fierce online and media debate, Many see it as justice served for unforgivable acts, others as the UK's prison system's violence failure. Now, Ian Watkins isn't an idol but a depravity symbol, a gruesome tale of how fame and power veil inner demons. His death seals an era's dark tragedy where glamour can't hide corruption and unimaginable sin. That's 10 stories, 10 tragedies of power's fall. From mogul Harvey Weinstein, who once dictated an industry's fate, to R&B king R. Kelly or on-screen cop Michael Jace, they all share one thread: trading eternal glory for a moment's sin. Now money buys no freedom. Fame swaps for no reduced sentence. Prestigious awards are just painful memories, gathering dust outside cold walls. What's the lesson? Justice catches up, no matter the glamorous shroud. What do you think of the price they're paying? Do you believe in their remorse from the heights? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This video's info is compiled from reputable sources like IMDb, Wikipedia, based on historical docs, bios, and legal cases, CNN, BBC, The New York Times, Rolling Stone, Hollywood Reporter, plus law and entertainment specialist articles and lists from top news and mags.